In this video, I will walk you through how to trade futures in the MEXC app. If you want to get an exclusive sign-up bonus, you'll find the sign-up link down in the video description. Then you'll be taken straight to the sign-up page where you can create an account in about 30 seconds and automatically qualify for a bonus of up to several $1,000s. Alright, so once we are inside the app right here, we can now start with the futures trading. So we can simply go down here and click on futures. Then we'll get to this page right here. First of all, you can see up here your money in your futures account right here. If you click on this, you can also swap it between different accounts on your MEXC account. Or if you need to deposit some more, simply go down here to wallet, choose the cryptocurrency, and there you can easily deposit some crypto. If you need more help with that, I have many more tutorials on my channel on how to deposit money on MEXC. Also, if you want to try it out in the demo trading mode, you can easily just click down here on demo trading and then try it out completely without any risk and without having to use your real money. All right, so now let's jump into the platform. I'm going to show you everything you can see right here. First of all, up here, you can choose the trading pair. So you can easily choose which one you want to trade. You can also see many of them offer completely zero fees, which is really nice. And then right next to it, we have this icon where we can view the chart. You can easily look it up in here, choose different time frames. Or if we go back, you can also click on this small show button down here. And then you have this small view of the chart. You can choose these different time frames here again, and therefore always see what's going on in the chart. All right, so down below, we have the order book on the left side, and on the right side, we have our control center where we can open and close our trades, where we can choose the leverage, set the order type, choose our position size, add a take profit or stop loss, and eventually go long or short. And down below, we can see our open positions, which we'll get to in just a bit when we open our first trade, as well as your open orders or your history. All right, so let's open a first long position. So we choose in here isolated as the margin mode I would recommend you. And right next to it, we can choose a leverage of up to 500x. In this case, let's stick with a 5x for now. And down below, we're going to choose open. And for the order type, I'm going to go with market to open the order immediately. Right below it, we can then choose our position size, and we have different options. If you click on this right here, you can see we can choose by order by quantity. This means we can choose it either in USDT, BTC, or contracts, measured the entire position size, or order by cost. That means how much of our own capital we are using in this trade. I personally prefer order by quantity in USDT because then I can easily say, all right, how big do I want this position to be in US dollar terms? Let's say I want to have a $500 position size. Then I can already see down here also my own capital under margin. It's also called margin. So I'm using $100 of my own capital times the 5x leverage up here will equal the entire position size of $500. So that's how these three right here play together. And now I can also add a take profit or stop loss if I want to do that. So I can add this check mark right here and then either in here type in the price for the take profit or stop loss, the percentage return on invest, or the profit or loss in US dollars. I personally like this down here because then I can easily say, all right, I want to make, let's say $40 of profit. You will see for a long position, this means at this price right here. And same goes for my stop loss. Let's say I want to make a maximum of $12 of a loss at $66,700. And then I have that all set up in here. Let's click on open long, confirm, and then you will see we are now already in our trade. We can also see it down here immediately. So we can see it's a Bitcoin trade. It's a long trade with a 5x leverage. Here we can see our currently open profit or loss in dollars and as a percentage. Down here we can see our position size, the $500, and our margin, our own capital, the $100. Down below we can see the price where we entered the trade and the current price, and our liquidation price. Liquidation price means if we don't have a stop loss, which we currently have, but let's assume we don't have a stop loss and the price would drop that much down to $55,000, then this trade right here would be liquidated, which means it would be automatically closed by the platform and we would lose our margin right here in this trade. But of course, we can prevent that from happening by placing a stop loss beforehand, which we already did in here. If you click on this edit icon, you can also see, all right, at this price, we placed our stop loss where we would lose $12. You can also, of course, edit that at any time in here, cancel it and set it to new values. And therefore you always have that in view right here, or also click on this button right here. By the way, the realized P&L, if you click on this right here, you will see it in here. So this means any fees that you've paid, or if you've closed parts of your position, either a profit or a loss, you've taken some of it out, you will see that visible in here. All right, next up, I want to show you how you can increase and decrease your trade, because you can, of course, later on also increase the size right here. So you can do that by just going up here as if you would open a new trade. Let's say I want to add another $200 to this trade. That means another $40 of my own capital times 5 will equal the 200. Let's click on open long And then we'll see we've now increased our position size to $700 and our margin to $140. Same goes the other way around. You could either go up here, click on close and type in how much, or choose the percentage. Or if you go down here, you can also choose close in here. And then let's say I want to close 50% of the trade. Click on confirm. And now you will see it's now only half of the position size, $360 and $70 of margin. And that's how you can easily change your position size. If you also want to edit your leverage, you can do that too, because the 5x leverage in here is not set in stone forever. You can also change that later on while your position is opened. Just go simply up here and switch it up in here. Let's say you want to decrease or increase it. You can also see what changes down here. So of course, if you increase your leverage, you will later have the option to then decrease your margin, take some margin out in here, the higher you have of the leverage. Because you increase the multiplier, you can take some of your own capital out, or the other way around, if you decrease your leverage, you will need some margin that will be pulled into this trade. But that's also a very simple option that you can later on change in here. All right, finally, I'm going to just close the entire trade. Either go to close, choose 100%, or just click on flash close, and then you will see we can easily close the entire trade with just one click. Don't forget to claim your sign-up bonus right now by creating an account with a link in the video description. And if you have any other questions, feel free to leave them in the comments.